try not to do that, but
Okay, then with guys, then.
but
like buddies. Like, you would, I mean...
well, I just believe, like, in strength in numbers, and people with like mind and like ideas sticking together.
Let's take a look, Ryan.
See, that's crazy, because you yell at me because my phone goes off. Mine's turned
I
off.
turned mine down, the media was on. I
What are
don't
you
know.
looking at? Oh, my good God.
Oh, heavens.
Whoa.
That's huge. Where's he going to put that? What are you watching, Ryan?
He's going to put
Flum
it under his
frames?
car. It's a transmission.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, so, I mean, you're just going to naturally be around people that are doing the same things that you are. So if if you're in active addiction, you're probably hanging out with people in active addiction. If you're in recovery, you're hanging out with people in recovery. If you're, whatever it is that you are doing, you're doing with people that do the same thing. So I think it's just going to naturally happen. I mean...
You're going to...
where are you going to find these other people?
Normal people, you say?
I would say, well,
Air quotations.
normal people,
Right. I'm normal.
they're doing, I mean, I guess my normal day is just
Full.
normally full of recovery and people in recovery. So, I mean, that's all I really interact with for the most part, unless I'm going to just go to, like, Subway or something and pick up the Subway girl or something.
Oh. Is there... Okay.
I had my hand up for a while, but
Yes, Chris.
in that question, we live in a house where guys all have addiction.
Mm-hmm.
We're surrounded, like he said, and his day is surrounded. Sorry, I just had to hack one up.
So he goes to Subway.
So he goes to Subway. But when he comes back from Subway, he comes back here and hangs out with us. Because there's one person in this house that has a giddy up like mine. And, it's being around him is fun. But I imagine if we were out doing what we do, that people would say, oh, it's funner, but not then. So, I think it's a catch-22. If you put yourself in recovery and surround yourself with people in recovery, you're going to, if you want to take that chance, you're going to put yourself in the situation and you're going to be around somebody. You might start a relationship, get relational with a woman in recovery. But she has to be far enough along.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would recommend not doing that in a rehab setting.
No.
Because it's not going to work out, man.
No, I know. I know.
It's just not.
I know.
That's
How
just
do you
it
know?
is.
And I know.
Chris?
I know.
The hard way.
I leave with them.
Well, there was one. I left with one, and I had a girlfriend every time I was in.
Yeah.
See where I'm at now? A sober house with guys, not living with any one of them.
Right.
I had planned to live with one. Actually, I planned to live with two.
Yeah.
But here I am,
Well, here we are.
still acting a fool.
Yeah. But, I mean, and it's natural that, because you get in these places and, oh, that girl's cute. And is she? There's a saying I call it
Yes.
rehab hot. Because you see her at the store in the normal environment, you would probably not even look twice. It's rehab hot. That's your options, and
Well, I mean,
and that but just be careful with that because you're going to get those feelings, and if someone starts showing you attention, and
of course.
it does go both ways, and I've said that women prey on men, but men do prey on women too. I've seen it happen, but it does go both ways. I know, but.
Say it isn't so, Corey Winfield. Just say it isn't
Does
so.
happen. But you just got to be careful with those feelings and just take it for what it is. If you're in a place and someone's being nice to you, and then be nice to them too, and maybe you can have a friendship, but most of the time those friendships are gone anyway, and they're not real friendships. It's just people trying to come out of the fog. And
Right.
I don't know, like my professional opinion as a radio broadcaster on this topic, the whole 13th step in is. Yes, it makes sense that we would be gravitating towards someone who is like-minded, whether I have a year coming up on Sunday, and that person has 2 years, or, I could see maybe 2 weeks. That'd be a little, all right. But I don't think I would do that because that's not where I'm at. Whatever person that I would get involved with would have to be on the same level of dedication to recovery, and not everybody is. But as far as like dating someone who is, air quotes, normal, I don't think that would suit me. I don't think I could come home and see my girlfriend, wife, whatever, having glasses of wine at night.
No.
I wouldn't want to be around that, you know. And not that there's anything wrong with it. People do it all the time. But personally, I don't see how that would work for me.
Absolutely. It would be a train wreck for you. I know you well enough to know I know that's going to be too much.
Yeah. And, I mean, if I want a horrible, miserable life, I can do that because I will drink again.
Well, you could find the normal person who's a non-drinker also.
Right. Well, I mean,
who's never had an addiction and just doesn't.
But then he couldn't go to functions with her because she would drink and she'd be.
No, I'm saying she's a non-drinker, but she wasn't. She never was a drinker ever. So.
Well, let's define the word normal. In my psychology class,
never liked that word.
I would say it's what's accepted by the standards of society, whatever. Which changes from. I mean, some countries they eat dogs. That's normal. We'd be like, hell no. So, in my professional opinion, again, as a radio broadcaster, on the topic of being normal, I think we are normal.
You know, I think the average person would go out and have 2 or 3 beers, you know, maybe 2 or 3 times a year. I think that's normal. I guess when we say normal, like a normal drinker or a normal person who doesn't drink at all is just a non-addict, basically.
But everybody's addicted to something.
A non-substance use disorder.
Oh, okay, but they gamble.
Well, yeah.
They're addicted to gambling.
Why not?
Well, if they're going to go gamble, I'm going to go.
But if you don't have a problem yourself with gambling, then what's...
Because they're out gambling, and they're causing...
And then you all of a sudden get stuck in the house getting the gambling life?
It's not paid because she spent it at the casino.
Well, then it's time to...
Well, if she's going to the casino, Ryan, I'm drink. Because you know what? F it. You know, that's the kind of... No, that's the danger in it, though.
Oh, well.
But you know, she doesn't drink.
But you're saying everybody has an addiction.
Yes.
Well, what if it isn't like a severe addiction where it's, you know, financially costly? Or, you know, their addictions to salt. You know, salt is really cheap, and she just pours it all over her food. But what does that mean? Oh, if you salt that up, your blood pressure's going up. I'm going to drink now.
Look at you.
Is that going to happen, Corey? It's just, you're just rationalizing something for yourself.
No.
And justifying your drinking, Corey. Don't you justify stuff on me.
That's amazing.
Yeah, calling you all right now.
They did call me Justice in rehab because I could justify anything.
I pulled up, what does the word normal mean? It's interesting you say medicine under the category of medicine.
That's the average.
Containing the same salt concentration as the blood. So you're onto something there, but nothing really.
Just my natural scientific brain.
Yeah, I can see it working right now. Conforming to a standard, usual, typical, or expected. It's quite normal for puppies to bolt their food. I don't know.
That's funny. We're talking about dogs, too.
Me and Corey are both scientific tonight.
Ray or other linear feature intersecting a given line. Phew, this is just so many words on here.
Well, you do lines. So.
Normal organization reform of marijuana
You're
laws.
Scientific too. No,
normal.
Marijuana laws?
The National Organization of Reform of Marijuana Laws or something like that. It's normal.
That's pretty cool.
There's no other.
The norm is ever changing.
Mid-17th century, in the sense right-angled, yes.
Yeah. So anyway, I think everybody has something that they turn to, whether it be
but
they go to church, they work out. I mean, there's some you can be addicted to anything.
I've been addicted to just about everything I've done. I've been a workaholic. I've been, you know, a workoutaholic. Just everything that I've pretty much done in my life.
I've threw up for a while.
Pretty much took it to an excess.
You know?
So
that's the extremities we go. When we don't half-ass anything. You know?
No, I'm all out or nothing.
Right.
Like when you're in a bad mood now, what do you do?
Count my teeth. That's one thing a guy I learned from the place that I went to taught me to count my teeth. I don't do it a lot lately, but I text somebody, talk to somebody. I'm definitely keep myself around people. I'm always around the dark night, usually always, and you know, it's interesting. You know, it's hard. There's so many more things. There's so many more things that I do now because what I used to do, we know what I used to do. I jump right to the basement, hang out the needle and the spoon, or whatever, and it was that, and it was game on. But I practice different coping skills, techniques, things that are going to try and take my. But there has been in the past weeks or weeks before that I contacted people that I shouldn't have contacted. And I say this because I'm not hiding anything, and I'm letting it be known that these thoughts are going to be there. But it just, people are like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And I said, well, you got to come get me. Not going to happen. I got to have money. I'm not going to have a bunch of it. And so pretty much, what do you want to do now? Well, I guess I'm just going to stay in the house or go to a meeting. Or stay around, Tyrone or Corey or Ryan or Dylan or Joey or Brandon and those guys.
Yeah.
My friends. Go to the Yellow Sub and hang out with my candy friend.
Talking about frustration.
What do you do when you're angry? What do you do when you get upset? Mm-hmm. I also roll on the ground when I get triggered.
I have light outbursts. Sometimes I'll just scream, "Why?" And the other times, maybe just still at whatever's frustrating me. But then I talk myself down. Try to look at it from another point of view, somebody else's point of view, or just be more understanding and whatever, copacetic.
Coping skills.
Copacetic.
I was going to say coping skills or copacetic.
Yeah, that's just...
That's kind of what I'm asking for.
If you can see through somebody else's eyes and understand, what their state of mind is, if they're losing it, maybe it's no reason for you to lose it too.
I'm proud of you, Ryan, for that. Dale Carnegie said that in his book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Somebody who can put themselves in someone else's shoes is going to do great things or something like that. So,
well,
that's
we already know what I'm doing.
That's I shouldn't be surprised that came out of your mouth like that.
That me and this guy know what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I do too. I like to break it down and then try to what role did I have in that? How could I have handled that better? Why am I really frustrated? Why am I really mad? What is the real reason for this anger or for this frustration? What's causing it? What is my feeling in it? Why? And then I try to break that down. And
the belief.
Yeah,
what's your belief?
And how do I handle the situation? Without taking it over the line. Without, and sometimes you do. You have what? I don't.
I love the way you. I know what you do.
You are the king of subtlety.
What are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
Examples, because I am clueless.
House meeting.
Yes, you'll just.
Every house meeting.
You'll point somebody else out.
Did I say your name?
You
what?
You like to go around with an example of something, and it's usually in reference to somebody who has a problem that you see and are not happy with. Well, so yeah, or frustrated, so frustrated.
Well, no, I was just saying.
Then you like to play it like, what are you talking about? That was just an example.
What?
Yeah, that right there.
Well, I mean, that was
you give examples that pierce others' hearts.
Well, and
I wasn't trying that. It was just throwing it out there.
Maybe I was wanting to see how they would react. Maybe I had already thought about this.
You're pushing buttons
beforehand, and you're testing them to see how they would react.
Mm-hmm.
Did they pass?
No, because
I pushed your buttons and you didn't like it.
Because if you notice,
you shouldn't get angry.
You notice
what was the response right back from? What was his?
I wasn't mad.
Yeah, right.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Did I say that? I don't know. Did you?
I
bet. But
back.
Before
it's like a ping pong ball, serve and return, serve and return.
But before that serve, I threw out there a blanket of